Sup guys, what's happening? I'm back with another makeup tutorial, yay! So I've started off with a bare skin. I've just exfoliated and moisturized as per usual, and I go in and prime my skin with this makeup primer spray. It's an oil control one, so it's good for my oily skin, and it just helps set the makeup in place when I apply it on top and help it last longer and help it stick to my skin a lot better, and it's also just good. Next, I apply some BB cream. So this is like a new technique that I've started to do because I find I do get a bit of redness showing near my nose area on my cheeks a little bit, and I find just applying a bit of BB cream just neutralizes my skin a bit more before applying my foundation on top and doesn't make it look all cakey and heavy or anything like that. So that's my little technique for you guys. And next I'm going my EXI Invisiwear foundation in F200 and just applying that on top of the BB cream with my F80 Kabuki brush by Sigma. I love this brush. If you haven't heard enough already, I love it, love it, love it. It just blends my foundation in so well, looks so flawless, and I just love the coverage. It's not patchy, it's just really, really smooth, and it just looks like skin on my face. So I also make sure to bring it down my neck as well so that I don't have that mask line. Next, I go in with two concealers, the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer in Medium Moen, and my e.l.f. Under Eye Concealer and Highlighter in Fair Glow, I believe. And I apply this Maybelline concealer just around my eyes, and I pat it in, like I blend it in with my finger, just lightly, to blend it in, and then I grab my e.l.f. Under Eye Concealer and Highlighter, and I highlight my face as well as conceal a little bit with it. I find the e.l.f. Under Eye Concealer and Highlighter isn't as full coverage as the Maybelline one. That's why I like to use both, because the e.l.f. one highlights and conceals a little bit, but the Maybelline one really does conceal my eye bags and the redness on my eyelids or anything like that. The imperfections around my eyes, just that kind of thing. Then I go in and bake that cake. So I bake them cookies, I bake everything. I just bake. I love to bake. So I bake underneath my eyes, and I also use that translucent powder, and I kind of create the eye shape that I want when I'm applying my eyeshadow on afterwards. So see how I've baked right next to my eyes up to my brow in that upwards effect like you would with a wing, an eyeliner wing or anything like that. So that trick is just to help keep that shape when I'm blending in eyeshadows. It's going to keep that line nice and harsh so that I have the eyeshadow kind of like a very strong line of that eyeshadow afterwards. So that's basically why I baked right there. It's my little trick for you as well. Then I go in and fill my brows in with my Maybelline Pro palette or something. I can't remember what it's called, sorry. I'll link it in the description bar down below. But I just fill them in as per usual. You guys can fill in your brows however you like. I do not mind. Everyone has their own little brow routine. This is just mine. I like to fill them in, the dark powder on the bottom and the lighter brown on the tops, and I just carve them out as well so that they're nice and crisp and defined. And then I set them with an Ardell clear brow gel just to keep the hairs from flying away and going crazy. Next I grab this light brown shade from my Morphe 350 palette, and I just blend that into the crease with a Real Techniques blender brush. Using windscreen wiper motions and circular motions, you guys know the drill. So I just blend that in softly, keeping it like airbrushed effect, no harsh lines or anything like that. It's going to be our transition colour for the next shadows that we apply on top. Next I grab White Lies by Makeup Geek. I grab this 232 Luxe Classic Shader Brush by Zoeva, and I apply that into the inner corner of my eye and bring it all the way across my lid. And I also create a nice sharp defined line right above my crease, so I'm extending my eyelid, making my eyes look bigger and more awake and just, yeah, nice and big, so that it kind of creates a bigger effect to them, all that kind of stuff. And because I felt the bristles on the brush weren't, compact enough, I needed it to be a bit more tight and the pigment to be a bit more darker. I grabbed my Morphe MB16 brush. It's a chisel shader brush, and the bristles are nice and close together, so it creates more pigment on the lid so that the bristles aren't taking a lot of that product away, they're placing more of it down, so it's just creates more of a darker effect. I guess if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Next I grab my Velocity Royal Blue shade from Sugar Pill, and I apply that with the same MB16 brush by Morphe on the outer corner of my eye. So the outer, I like to say third, but it's a little less than a third of the lid. And I create that wing on the outer corner of my eye, like kind of like a bird wing, because I'm going for that whole RIO effect. So it's kind of a cat eye, kind of bird wing kind of thing. I'm just kind of rolling with it at the time. So I'm just creating that effect as you can see here, just carving it out, creating that beautiful elongated shape. I love it, love it, love it. And because I've got that translucent powder there, I kind of use it as a guide as well for the shadow when I apply it down. It's just helpful to have, and it's going to catch any of that fallout that we have from the blue or the white or the other pigments that we apply on top. So when we wipe that translucent powder away, it's going to take away that fallout that would have fallen onto our foundation if we didn't have the loose powder there to catch it. Next I grab Poolside by Makeup Geek and I pat that next to the royal blue, so I'm kind of transitioning it into the white. So I just use patting motions and just kind of blend it onto the lid. I'll do more blending later, so I'm just kind of getting the colour on there and then later I'll blend it out. Next I grab this orange shade from my Burning Hearts Sugar Peel palette and I'm using a flat shader brush again and just applying that pigment down. Again, I'm just going to blend it in later, so I'm just trying to get the colour on there and then I'll blend it out afterwards. Okay? Next, I grab white lines again and I'm just deepening up that white, making it more pigmented, and I'm also blending it slightly into the orange. I'm keeping each shade just about, that much. You guys can add as much or as little of the product that you want. You can use different colors, you can do whatever with this look. You can apply the same techniques and do whatever. I'm just showing you what my take on the RIO kind of eye look, and I just love the colors together, that's why I chose them. And next I'm grabbing that orange shade and the white shade and I'm kind of mixing them together to help that blending process as it blends into the white. So it's a lighter orange and it's just kind of doing that subtle fade into the white, so the white blending into the orange and the orange blending into the white. Then I'm going Poolside again and I'm using patting motions, blending the orange and the blue together. This Poolside blue is going to help that orange blend more into that royal blue, so I used a lighter blue to help that blending process. Then I grab Velocity and I blend Velocity into Poolside. So it's just all that blending, guys, just using soft patting motions and adding a bit of each colour at a time, blending them into each other, creating that gradient effect. And you should have something like this. Voila! Boom, boom, chakalaka! Boom, boom. We are done with the eyeshadow on the lid. So I'm going to wipe away with that translucent powder. Just wipe it away everywhere, even under the eyes. We don't need it anymore. We can wipe away that fallout, wipe away that loose powder. Our under eyes are baked. We can take them out of the oven. Take those cookies out of the oven. They're nice and cooked. They're baked, bakety baked. They're baked, bakety baked. My How I Met Your Mother fans would get that, guys. Anyways, we're going to grab our Master Pro eyeliner from Maybelline. I think that's what it's called. It's the master one anyways. And I'm lining a thin black line 2/3 of the way onto my lid. And I'm just going all the way to the outer corner of my eye. I'm not doing a wing, I'm just doing a small black line, just defining those lashes and helping the falsies that we apply on afterwards blend into the lash line a bit more. Then I apply a thick coat of mascara and I grab these gorgeous feathery lashes from, they're the Candice ones that I got at Kmart. I'm not quite sure what the brand is, I'm sorry. I would try and find them to link them down below, but I'm not sure if they're an online thing. I don't know if you can get them online. I just got them in Kmart. And I just apply them to the outer corner of my eye. And I like to fluff up the outer corner of the lashes just to make them kind of stand up a little bit, so it kind of has that natural effect, as it fans out. I say natural with quotation marks because, let's be real, that doesn't really look that natural, but it looks great. Let's be honest, it looks great, it looks great. And then I just go over the top of the lash band with some black eyeliner just to kind of blend it in more so you don't have that glue line there. So it looks like it fades into the black eyeliner underneath. Then I grab a black kohl liner from BYS and I tightline and waterline that baby into my eye. Then I grab this Gloss Professional Eye Pencil Brush and I grab Poolside by Makeup Geek and I apply that shadow underneath my lash line. So I'm just focusing more of the product on the outer corner of my eye and then I blend the rest towards the center of my eye, so the inner corner. Then I grab this 230 pencil brush from Zoeva. The tip's a bit small so it can fit closer to the lash line. And I grab Velocity by Sugar Pill, and I'm blending that from the outer corner all the way into the inner corner, making sure to connect it up to that wing on the outer corner of our eye. Then I'm grabbing Whimsical by Makeup Geek, this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous foiled eyeshadow, and I'm applying that to the inner corner of my eye for a bit of pop, bit of something, bit of jazz, just a bit of an inner corner highlight. Then I apply some bottom lash mascara, a nice thick coat of bottom lash mascara to, well, my bottom lashes obviously. Then I grab this Nashio palette, my contour kit, and I grab that middle shade from the palette and I start bronzing up my face with that. So I like to do this trick. I like to bronze up my face, so I do the forehead, cheekbones and underneath my jawline, and I also contour my nose. That's what I start off with. Then I go back with a fan brush to my cheekbones and just hit that baby in there one more time to really, really chisel out my cheeks and make them nice and defined. I have been loving this technique, going first in with a bronzing kind of brush and just doing a soft contour and then deepening up that contour with that fan brush, because it just makes the cheeks look so cut, so crisp, and just so beautiful. Like, it's not too harsh. I really love the effect it creates. It's not just a harsh line, it's actually kind of blended a bit more. So I go in with my boo, my one and only, my Mary Lou by The Balm, my Mary Luminizer, and I just highlight my face with that. All the high points, my cheekbones, my nose, my cupid's bow, my eyebrows, my eyebrow bones, the inner core of my eye a little bit more, just for an extra pop. And then I go in with my Morphe 9N blush palette, and I grab that middle shade from the palette. It's kind of like a bronzy pink with a bit of shimmer gold flecks in it. It's gorgeous. I love it so much. And I just apply that to my cheeks. Then I go in with my Rimmel Natural Lip Liner in 040, and I apply that to my lips. Then I go in with my Jungle Peach lipstick. It's got a bit of like an orangey, peachy, pinky shade to it, so it goes with the eyes a little bit, and it just complements the look a lot. So I went with the nude one first, but I thought, it's RIO, like, we're gonna go all out. It's the movie, I love it. So I went in with Jellies from Colourpop, and I applied that to my lips. I actually loved how it would turn out. I love the blue lipstick with the blue, like, on the lid. Like, it just, this eye look and this lip combo looks so good together. So those are the two looks for you, a nude kind of look and then the bold blue. You guys can pair whatever lip you want with this. Probably not a red. I'd probably go nude, but I love the blue. It looks so good. I definitely recommend it. And I love the Formula Colourpop lipsticks. They're just so good. Then I finish it off with a finishing spray from Skindinavia. And that is it, guys. That is the finished look. I really hope you enjoyed this look. I had the best time creating for you. Hello. I had the best time creating this look for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to comment down below what you thought, any recommendations for my next tutorial, and give me a big thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. Have an awesome day. Bye, boos. I love you. See you guys.